Hey guys, today I wanted to talk about a documentary I just saw about the working poor in America, North America. I guess probably the whole world is very similar. It touches on what you could call the poverty industrial complex. Yep, we have that. We also have a homelessness industrial complex, prison industrial, military industrial, you name it. There's people that stand to profit from just about every situation. And this documentary was interesting. It followed three different people, different situations, but essentially they all suffered hard times. Some suffered very hard during the last recession, which I thought was interesting because we're probably looking at another recession. That said, it showed that the economy may have recovered from the last recession, but most of the people may not have, or probably didn't. In fact, we have twice the amount of homeless children, which is children in homeless families, than we did before 2007-8. It was, I believe it was 1 million and we're at 2 million. Don't quote me on that stat, but that means that, yeah, the economy recovered for the most part, but a lot of people didn't. They were in precarious situations probably beforehand. And that's really where this video is going to hinge. Something I wish I had learned earlier was that there are type 1 decisions and type 2 decisions in life. And this is going to apply in your career, in your investments, in everything that you do. Type 1 decisions are strategic, very hard to reverse, sometimes completely irreversible, and should be considered very carefully before being applied. Type 2 decisions are fairly easy to reverse. You may lose, money in the process or whatever, but fairly easy to reverse. You recover and you move on and do something else. And what I discovered when I was watching the documentary is that a lot of these people made bad type 1 decisions, potentially. One of the big ones would have been the choice of who their spouse or life partner was. One in particular, had 2 kids and was married and then decided that was no longer for her, and then, left, started brand new in a new city, but didn't really have a whole lot of cash capital. They weren't necessarily well off, I think, to begin with. So there she is working, 80 hours a week in basically fast food for the most part. And so, yeah, it sucks. Yes, fast food doesn't pay much. Minimum wage isn't much. But a lot of what led her there were her own decisions, I have to say. And if you don't have family to fall back on to recover, a place to go live rent-free possibly for a while until you build a little cash fund, it's very difficult. So type 1 decision, very important that you consider it very carefully, and possibly the most important decision of your life will be who you choose to marry or live with, who your life partner will be. That has the potential to catapult you into heights you never thought were reachable or sink you before you even get going. I cannot stress this enough. There's even a book that was written recently about the formula of happiness, I believe. And I saw the guy give a speech, and he one of the big things, actually probably the biggest thing for him, was who you choose to live your life with will impact tremendously what you can and cannot do. The second thing was move to a big city. If you're in a small town, you'll have more opportunity. The money will be better. Yes, there is a lot more competition, but you can use that to your advantage. Obviously, you have to start competing and start getting better, but you can leverage that and climb a much higher mountain than you would in your small town. So anyway, that's a bit of it on the rant for poverty, or the poverty industrial complex, which is kind of a bummer. I never thought about it that way. A lot of people living in poverty, they're not the lazy of America. They are the working poor of America. So until we come up with a better solution for them, I think we ourselves, who may not be in the same scenario, need to count ourselves potentially lucky, but also need to recognize that we are not that many decisions away from being in the same boat. So take care of your type 1 decisions and go nuts with your type 2. Thanks.